To the pros, party people. Over the weekend, the Rockets knocked off the Celtics in Boston by 1 point. Small ball is winning. No player 6'9" or taller played in this game. The last NBA game to feature no player 6'9" or taller was in 1967. Russell Westbrook put up 41. Westbrook and Harden became the first pair of teammates in NBA history to each average 30 points and 5 assists in a calendar month. Kirk back here with us. Good to see you. I like the all black, very chic. Stephen A., who's more important to the Rockets? Is it Westbrook or Harden?
It's Russell Westbrook right now. It's Russell Westbrook. And let me say this. First of all, I'm not happy at all about what I'm seeing from the Houston Rockets. And let me tell you why. They're getting in my way, okay? I want the Lakers and the Clippers and all LA conference finals.
Yes, sir.
Guess what is threatening to mess this up?
You ain't lying.
The Houston Rockets are a game and a half out of the number 3 seed.
Yeah.
Which means the Clippers, if they don't hold on, will fall to 4. And if they fall to 4, they would meet the Lakers in the second round. Not the conference finals.
So the Lakers don't get to the Western Conference Finals?
Whatever. The point that I'm trying to make is that there wouldn't be an all LA conference finals. Now, I love H-Town, so I would recover. But the point that I'm trying to make to you is that we got to be careful about that. Let me answer the question why Russell Westbrook's so important. James Harden, and I'll leave that to Max because he's got to make shots. Fine. Russell Westbrook is only shooting 25% from three-point range. I think that's something that we got to be mindful of because I'm wondering whether or not anybody's going to be able to force him when playoffs arrive, defenses get back, the pace slows down a little bit, et cetera, et cetera. If the Houston Rockets are able to continue this pace, forcing people to go small in an attempt to try to guard them, okay, and they're able to keep up this play, they could go to the finals. The Houston Rockets could go to the finals, okay? Russell Westbrook is going to be the one to determine that because even if James Harden is dropping 50, if he's dribbling and dancing and holding on to the ball and doing what he does, that's something that we've seen before and we could predict. The Russell Westbrook element, the way he forces you to open up your defense because he forces you because, again, you on your heels going up against this brother. And just the heart, this dude. Russell Westbrook is the most evil basketball player in the game.
He's a killer.
He is a killer.
Yes.
He don't care about anything that ain't wearing that uniform. He don't care about anything. I don't give a damn as a mascot. I don't think if a little kid is courtside wearing up on this uniform, Russell Westbrook don't like him. You understand what I'm saying? He don't like anybody that ain't on his team until the game is over. He means it. He is the most evil, volatile competitor in the game today. And I'm saying that as a compliment. Ain't it? So it's a compliment. This brother is special, and they're going to have to figure out a way. And, oh, by the way, I'm off the D'Antoni wagon about the future. About the future. This man deserves a contract extension, Tillman Fertitta. Give Mike D'Antoni I don't give a damn what happens. Give the man a contract
It's about time they got to a Game 7 against a way better Golden State team at home, and they should have won that game if Harden and company didn't go cold because D'Antoni's system works. If the Golden State Warriors played in that boring system, right, only high percentage shots, no, they never would have lost the game. Like the Rockets just played more efficient. A lot of that's D'Antoni. Let me say this. I hate doing this, not because I don't like to stand up for Harden. I'm about to do it. But Westbrook, as you know, is my favorite player because of what you just said. People always ask me, like, who'd be the best prize fighter out of basketball players? You never know how a guy takes a shot and all that, but mentality-wise, once upon a time it was AI, and now it's Westbrook. Now, like I say, LeBron is MJ and Magic had a baby. Westbrook is Kobe and AI had a baby. It's Russell Westbrook. I love him. And as much as I've criticized James Harden about choking in the playoffs, there's no other way to put it, he is the key to their fortunes right now. He's the most important player on the team. Forget for a second that he's averaging 35, 7, and 6 on the year with 2 steals and a block, right? Forget about that for a second. Because James Harden it sounds like I'm anti-Harden a lot because I say he has to hit big shots. No, he's one of the greatest regular season players ever. And he is the best player on the team, even if Westbrook is my favorite. He's got to hit the big shots in the playoffs. That's all I'm saying. If James Harden gets hot when they need him most, they can win a championship. Same thing this year, last year, the year before. When they had a chance to steal games at Golden State, he's jumping under Draymond Green's legs, hoping for the call instead of canning the shot. He's dribbling out of bounds. He's doing things like, come on, this is when the team needs you to be great. Against Golden State Game 7 in the series I mentioned, they go 0 for 27 from 3 in a row. They don't hit 27 straight threes, and Harden was a big culprit too. He's the leader of the team. So what I'm saying is this. Love Westbrook. He gives them an extra dimension. But for them to win a chip, Harden's got to be great when it counts. He's their most important player.
I'm going to change it up a little bit. And I'm not going with either Russ or Harden. And I'm going to say the most important thing is style. And they have switched it up. And to me, what Daryl Morey and Mike D'Antoni has done, they have put James Harden and Russell Westbrook in position to be successful. To me, right now, Russell Westbrook is having the best season of his career. And I know he didn't average triple-doubles. I know he won MVPs. But when you look at this guy and his efficiency, the pace that he's playing with, he's under control. He's making the right passes. The paint is wide open. You look at James Harden. He's able to facilitate. Okay, you want a double? I'm passing it to the open shooters. I've been to 3 of their games, their last 3 games against the Utah Jazz and both against the Celtics. Last Saturday,
wins.
No, not all wins. Not yet.
They beat the Celtics twice.
They beat the Celtics twice, but I'm talking about I went to the Utah Jazz game when they played at home.
Oh, God.
When
they beat them on the road.
When they got hit with the buzzer beater. So I'm in Boston. I'm on the sideline with Paul Pierce. You know, I'm in Boston. I'm a champ. Don't look at me like this, Stephen A. Smith. Respect me, okay?
I am showing you respect. You watch your tone. I'm just looking at you.
I am a champ in a bean.
Go ahead.
So I'm sitting there with gross back seats, me and Paul Pierce, and Russell Westbrook is just going off. So Paul is like, oh, he can't do this the whole game. So I said, Russ, so I stand up. I said, hey, Russ, it's like that? He yells out loud. All the Celtics players can hear. Yeah, I get whatever I want. They can't stop me. I'm going to keep giving them this work. And guess what he did? 41 piece. Now, can you tell, first of all, this is the most dynamic backcourt in NBA history, in my opinion. If you could name a better backcourt than that.
Dynamic, maybe.
Yeah,
Steph, and Clay.
Clay never won the MVP.
No, I don't care about that.
Well, I'm just telling you. I'm just
saying the greatest shooting backcourt in the history of basketball.
I said the most dynamic backcourt in NBA history.
Dynamic.
Okay, at all times, this is
like shooting.
Mitch and Latrell.
But at all times, this is like like Golden State. At all times, they have an MVP on the court. And look, I'm with you, Stephen A. Smith. I'm with you, Max. I was not a fan at the beginning of the season, but I am so, and I would not be surprised if the Rockets make it to the finals.
Let me say, I won't be surprised either. They could beat anybody if they continue to play like this, but that's a big if, number one. Number two, again, D'Antoni, his bravery because he wanted to go all in when he was at Phoenix. He admitted he didn't have the courage to do it back then a few years ago. He's got the courage now. Major props to him. Number three, I'm going to say this. He ain't going to win it. Russell Westbrook's the league MVP candidate. Can't deny. He's the league MVP candidate, no question. But
he's third, according to
here's the deal. I'm the same guy last week. Let me not be hypocritical here. Russell Westbrook is stubborn to a fault sometimes. And we have to remember that he is great. But he's so great, you can't tell him nothing. Now, come playoff time, game slows a little bit. Defenses get back. They force you. And if you, as Russell Westbrook, if you don't adjust to that, it could cost you. The man hasn't been out of the first round since KD left OKC now. But he was there too.
The game does slow down, but I got to say something because, in Phoenix, if not for some ejections and stuff, maybe they get past San Antonio, win a chip one of those years. Like D'Antoni has come pretty close.
The ejection when they went
and they were playing fast.
Right.
Let me say this. Daryl Morey getting guys off the scrap heap like Danwell House, who's been a revelation. The move where you get rid of Capella, you bring in Covington, who's been perfect. And then D'Antoni's integration of those pieces, where basically they're using Russell Westbrook almost as like a center. Like he's a 6'3" center in a way.
His name is Russell Westbrook O'Neal.
It's unbelievable.
You
have to tip your cap to the organization. Morey and D'Antoni, and then Harden and Westbrook to get those egos to work. Where once upon a time they were young players. No one thought Harden was as good as Westbrook. Now it's more Harden's team than Westbrook, but they both came in saying, to hell with this, let's win a chip. You got to take your hat off to him.
And to Stephen A. Smith part, let me tell you who's the unsung hero on that coaching staff that's going to hold.
Turner.
No, that's going to hold Russell Westbrook and James Harden accountable. Old school John Lucas.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, but we can't ignore Elston Turner.
No, I'm not ignoring what he brings. I'm talking about when we're talking about keeping him engaged and getting on Russell Westbrook, because you said that Russell Westbrook, you know, he's stubborn. He's not stubborn to John Lucas.
Gotta leave it there. Small ball's working. 7-2 since the trade, won 6 straight. Kendrick Perkins, always good to have you, sir. Still much more to come on First Take, including if Giannis dropped the mic in his beef with Harden, and if Dak should thank Tony Romo for his next deal in Dallas. Hey.
You don't want to miss First Take tomorrow. It's tonight's Milwaukee-Miami matchup in Eastern Conference Finals preview. Or is Giannis just too much for Jimmy Butler's Heat to handle? Plus, will Rockets small ball be the biggest wild card in the Western Conference? And who is the more dynamic point guard?